So I took a poll on my community tab, which you guys should definitely check out because I talk about different updates and all that, but also you guys can vote on the next video that I'm gonna do. I know, exciting, democracy. But you guys voted on me talk about more trans topics, and specifically, firstly talking about things I wish I knew when I figured out I was transgender. So here's that video. You don't owe anyone your coming out. Like you guys know, I socially transitioned in 7th grade. In 7th grade, I was also homeschooled. I know, it's obvious. But that meant that when I went into 8th grade, I didn't really know how to act. So basically this girl in my history class in the first quarter asked if I was transgender, and I didn't know that a lot of people thought that that was an embarrassing or bad thing, and so I told her, and then she asked me a bunch of inappropriate questions, and then she told the rest of the 8th grade. It just like spread like wildfire, fire, and then I got a lot of death threats. Threats I don't know if I'm allowed to say on YouTube. I got physically assaulted, I got recorded without my permission, and a whole bunch of other— oh, I was ostracized like crazy. Oh my goodness, that was bad. Like, genuinely, it was hell. And so you don't owe anyone your coming out, because it might make your last middle school year the most miserable year of your life. Okay, yeah, that's number one. You don't owe anyone your coming out. It's stupid. Okay, number two, you don't have to have it figured out right as you realize that you're trans or something. 5th grade year, I thought I was pansexual and non-binary. In my 6th grade year, I thought I was aroace and non-binary. In my 7th grade year, I thought I teeter-tottered between being a demi-boy and a trans-masculine or just a trans guy for a while in 7th grade, and I think I like used this one micro label I saw on Pinterest about it was basically just being airways. Then in my 8th grade year, I thought I was a trans guy and bisexual, a little bit of airways, but then in my 2nd semester, I thought I was bisexual. Freshman year, I thought I was a trans guy and bisexual. Sophomore year, I basically thought the same thing, except at the end of it, I was questioning if I was pansexual, if I was straight, if I was aroace, if I was like all these different things. I dated two girls, and I didn't really feel the same way that they said they felt about me, which I thought was weird because they were beautiful girls. I won't like deny that. Turns out I am gay, and honestly, being gay was harder to grapple with than me being trans. And I think that's just because I was raised in the Mormon church, and so a lot of things are looked down upon, but they don't really talk about being trans in the Mormon church. Well, not when I was like first figuring out my identity, but they talk about being gay a lot. And so, because in my mind, I'm no other than any other guy. I'm just a regular dude. And so me being trans is just like a prefix to explain what type of dude I am, but I'm still a dude. And so me being gay, even though that is just another prefix, that was very hard for me to grapple with, because I just felt like I wasn't as valued if I was. It's stupid, I know, a lot of internalized homophobia there, but I've started to work through it. I'm better now. Well, I'm on my way to being better now, but it does get better. So number 3 is you don't have to buy a binder. I remember watching the YouTube videos of being trans, and everyone was like, buy this binder, buy this binder, buy this binder. I was like, number 1, I didn't have the funds to buy a binder. Number 2, I didn't have a place to ship it to. So I think that I just felt like I wasn't trans enough because I didn't look the part or something. I eventually got my first binder in 7th grade from a friend's brother, but that one broke because it was very old. And then I got my second binder, which I bought. What am I doing with my hands? Holy crap! I got my second binder, which I bought in my freshman year. It looks dirty, I know, and that's why I don't use it. I use tape. But this was the binder that I got. I got this one. I never use it. I honestly need to throw it away. It doesn't bind anymore because it's like 2 years old and it's like bad. And then I realized something. I don't know how to sew very well, and I just hand sew everything, but I can sew. And there's this YouTuber that I really like. His name is Quinn Wrights. I'll link his channel in the description. Anyway, he has this binder, like how to sew your binder video. So I followed that. This binder, and it binds much better than that one. Smells better too. And then I have really bad asthma. I have hypermobile EDS, and I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. All those mixed together means that binding is not ideal for me. So I kind of followed what pattern that one did, and I made this one. But it has much more of a mesh back, and you'll see that this is open. It's basically Velcro. So if you go like that. If I ran out of tape or something, I'll use this one. It looks danky, but I don't like wear it as a tank top. So number 3 is research. For the love of all things holy, please do your research. I don't want a lot of people to jump to conclusions because they saw one person on social media being like, this is my experience being trans, and they relate to a few of those experiences, and then they labeled themselves as trans when it's much deeper than that. So there's that one. How you want to transition. There's different types of like testosterone. There's gel, there's injection. There's 2 different types of, and actually there's a couple of different types of injections. There's automotive one. Oh, that's actually not the word because that means cars. It's automative. Don't really know how it works. Kind of a hypocrite there, aren't I? But there's different types of ways. There's different types of top surgery. Research if you want fallow or not. Like all this stuff. Research it. I don't know what I wrote there. Okay, moving on. Lastly, learn the science behind it. I wrote this entire essay on the innateness of being queer, and I did a bunch of research on the science behind it, the different hormonal things, same on both your sexual orientation and your gender identity. Your gender identity is developed in the 2nd trimester of your mom's pregnancy, and your realization of that, or your expression of that, is developed around the time you're around 4 years old. Of course, that's just like circa, but I don't know if that's the right word. I just like using it in AP world, not gonna lie. But that's basically it. To summarize, you don't owe anyone your coming out. You don't need to have it figured out in your first year or even your first few years. You don't need to buy a binder or any other accessories or aids that people use for being trans. And there's other alternatives. Research like crazy and learn about the science behind the identity. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Am I allowed to say that? Will that get copyrighted? I'll make more videos. I can only make them on the weekdays, but that might change because school's starting, so I don't know when I'll make these. But thank you. That's all.